chocolate butter.
Becky?
Don't change names. We've been over this. Don't use real names. He didn't say anything incriminating at all, but you never know when it's going to slip out.
Okay.
Marcy Beckinsdale is a bitch, and then you're going to feel terrible.
Becky likes white chocolate better. And my sister puts ketchup on her cheese fries.
She does!
I know.
What the fuck is wrong with that woman?
I don't know. She seems like a normal, sane individual other than that.
We all went to Great America one day.
Are we live now?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, I didn't know.
We went to Great America one day. It was, you, your sister, and me.
It's a while ago.
And we weren't even a couple at the time. We were just friends. I secretly pined for you, but we were friends.
Yeah.
And, I went on the... What is that thing called? The Cajun cliffhanger?
Yes. The centrifugal kind of puts you against the wall by spinning you around machine. And then you stick to the wall, and in this case, the floor drops out. There are other versions where you're on a wheeled contrivance, kind of like what mechanics use to slide under cars, except it's affixed to the wall, and you go up. But
basically, the ride is just to spin you around comically fast for no good reason. And you told me before I got on the road, you made me a promise that I wouldn't get sick. No, you wouldn't get sick.
Well, I don't think it, I find that if you're on that ride, if you change the plane that your head's in, if you tilt it or anything, then you feel like the whole world has gone sideways and like you've just fallen over. But if you keep your head perfectly still, it doesn't make me dizzy at all. It just feels like pressure.
You could have warned me.
I did.
You could have said something.
I told you not to look up and down.
When I was on the ride, after I already looked down, I got off the ride.
I thought I gave you some kind of warning, and you looked the other way.
I got off the ride. I immediately ran over to the bushes, and I threw up.
He turned a color that I did not know people could turn. Now, Rich, if you've not seen him, which you probably have, he's the whitest white dude there is. I mean, he just, the man's, melanin production. I'm pretty pale, but he's really pale. And normally he's like kind of a little bit of a ruddy pink. No, he was like this greenish gray. It was hideous. I did not know people could turn that color. I've seen people, obviously brown people are always brown, but I've seen white people with red faces or with pale faces, but he was like a greenish gray.
So I immediately ran to the bushes, I staggered to the bushes and threw up. Like, I really, really threw up into the bushes
and I felt
at
terrible.
Great America.
I really did feel guilty.
And then 20 minutes later, we're trying to get me to calm down. We're trying to get my world to stop spinning. And then your sister orders cheese fries, which, normally, cheese fries, delicious. Oh, that sounds good. And then she starts throwing ketchup all over the cheese fries, and I threw up again.
I don't know what she was thinking. I really don't. Who puts ketchup on cheese fries? You can put ketchup on your fries. You can put cheese on your fries, but you do not put ketchup and cheese on your fries.
This is the worst time anybody's ever had at Great America. And people die there every 5 years.
Probably.
A roller coaster flies off the track and murders 10 people. The people keep going to Great America.
That was the wave thing. White wave, white water. It was
remember.
The Edge. It was called The Edge.
There's like multiple times, though, that a ride derailed at
there's something that happened with something called The Edge, which was some kind of a roller coastery thing, I guess. I don't know. I don't do thrill rides. I don't like the whole falling sensation. Like my usual motto about these things is, if there's like a flaming puppy or if there's like a basket of puppies on the top of a ride and the only way I can save them, I will endure whatever to save those puppies. But considering that all I'm doing is just making people who actually like these things, I don't know why, but who actually enjoy these things wait longer, why would I put myself through that, and why would I make the line longer? So I really don't do thrill rides. I've been on a lot of them. I spent my adolescence listening to people saying, oh, try it, you like it, you'll get used to it. No, I just don't enjoy it.
To answer some chat questions here, mayo and fries is okay, but try sour cream sometime. It's not bad.
I kind of like the vinegar stuff that they have at Culver's. It's kind of an interesting twist. Yeah, it's some kind of a fermented vinegar or something.
But
I don't know.
back to your sister though and her
Barbecue
ketchup.
sauce is good on fries too.
Back to your sister though and her ketchup cheese fries. I just want to make it clear, this wasn't like she had two separate dipping things, one
No.
with cheese and one with ketchup. The fries came slathered in cheese.
And then she went over to the ketchup dispenser and started pumping with gusto.
So you had a mixed kind of cheese ketchup sauce on top of the fries.
Yeah. She had the decency not to, like, mix them together swirled, but they were still together in the same bite. Which is the only thing I can think of that's grosser than that is the time we were playing Truth or Dare, and I decided to take the dare, and somebody hollowed out a chocolate cupcake and put ketchup in it. That was worse. But there's not too much worse things you can do with ketchup. Maybe on ice cream. Cheese and buffalo sauce? That sounds pretty good. Buffalo sauce and fries I could see. I don't think I've ever had it, but most kind of savory, steak sauces or sauces for other meats are reasonable.
Jack just tweeted, Rich, you fuck. Next time, give me a heads up. This is kind of last minute, Jack. For one, Jack, I tried to text you the other day. I know you're on happy fun vacation. You probably didn't see it, so that's okay. But even in that text, I wasn't 100% sure what was going to happen today because today I had family fun Christmas time, which basically means my dad and sister came over and we all saw The Force Awakens together. And I wasn't sure what time they were going to leave.
And he certainly didn't want to be like pushing them out the door because he
No.
doesn't see them that often.
I didn't know if they were going to stay till 8 or if they were going to stay till 10.
And I also, apparently there was a message that Rich sent me that said that they were planning on seeing a somewhat earlier showing, and I missed that message somewhere. I mean, I believe you that you sent it, but I don't see it, I'll look back through them. But anyway, I didn't realize that we had planned, so we ended up seeing a later showing. I didn't know, and then he's like, how do you feel about doing a live stream today? And I'm like, in a little while? He's like, no, now.
You showed up, like, so late. So late.
I did. But I didn't know that people were waiting on me. I didn't even know for sure if your dad and sister were going to come. Because you said, originally when I messaged you, you thought I was your sister.
I just saw the message because I know I was waiting for her to get back to me on showtimes and what movie we want to see. And then when you messaged me, I thought, oh, my sister's asking me about showtimes because you asked me about showtimes. And then I took a closer look. Oh, well, yeah, that's Karen.
Yeah. So it was a little bit of miscommunication, but...
So what did you think of Star Wars The Force Awakens? I actually liked it slightly more on my second viewing. It's still not my I'm still, like, Mad Max is the movie of the fucking year. I'm not Star Wars crazy, but it was good. But you, Karen?
It was a little bit too... We're going to hit all of the right buttons for the nostalgia trip. We need to put this in. We need to put that in. We need that. We need that. We need to hit that key. So...
You say this. You say that.
Yeah.
You like Star Trek 2009. That did the same fucking thing.
Yeah, it did.
The same fucking thing, only worse.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like the second one. The
second one's garbage.
The first one, though, yeah, I did. And yeah, it was. Definitely. Of course, I've always had more affection for Trek than Star Wars.
By the way, don't talk about spoilers about what happens in the movie.
Okay.
You can tell me what you think, but there's probably people who it's only been a week.
True. It's
Maybe people haven't
relatively
seen
recent.
it yet. So we're going to avoid spoilers.
Okay.
But just your general thoughts. I'm sure people would love to hear.
It was a fun movie. As you said, they have purged the prequel stuff from existence. They made no references to anything. There's no Jar Jar in here.
They said one thing about clones, but then again, they also mentioned clones in episode 4, so basically no prequel references.
When did they mention clones in episode 4?
They mentioned maybe we should have, instead of stormtroopers, maybe we should have had clones.
Oh, okay. But they weren't talking at that time about clones like those clones. Those hadn't been invented, right?
What do you mean? Oh, and A New Hope? They just mentioned the Clone Wars in A New Hope, which was episode 2 was Attack of the Clones, the Clone Wars.
So episode 4 is
That's the first one.
Episode 4 is the original one
Hope.
that came out in 77?
Yeah, they confuse it with the fucking numbers.
Okay, they mentioned clones in the one that came out in 77?
Yes.
But they didn't
Clone Wars.
actually show any clones until the first
The second
prequel
one.
No, the first one they had, didn't they?
No, it's robots.
What were those ball things? Those things that turned into, like, balls.
Those are robots.
Those weren't clones?
Unless they
haven't
make a
seen
robot
Two of the-
clone.
I haven't seen 2. I don't know what they're clones of. I haven't seen. I told you I haven't seen 2
They're
of the
clones
prequels.
of robots.
Well, they're all identical or
They
something.
turn
I
into
don't know.
those are machines.
So they're genetic
You
clones.
can't clone a machine.
I told you I haven't seen 2 of the prequels.
know.
And I realize I'm probably the only
I'm-
person left on Earth who hasn't, but I haven't. Everybody says they suck, and why do I want to dedicate 6 hours of my life to that? I just haven't really
I'm giving you a hard
ever
time.
gotten around to
I'm
it.
giving you a hard time.
Robots aren't clones. Okay. The little ball guys, the ones that I had that neat Lego Technic ball robot thing that kind of didn't want to stay together quite right, but if you did them just right, you kind of rolled them and he popped up into like shooty position. That was a robot, not a clone. Okay. And what were those things called? The robots.
The droidkas or something like that.
Okay.
How was it explained in 1977 that the first episode was episode 4? Didn't people think that was weird? Here's a bit of trivia for you. When A New Hope came out, it was not in the credits scroll on like the theatrical version. It was not called episode 4. It just said A New Hope. I don't think the episode came in with the tag, episode 4, A New Hope, until Empire Strikes Back was a thing, and it got re-released and on video and whatnot. Then I think that got
And then they
patched
destroyed Jabba the Hutt. I like the old Jabba, the old giant, fat, immobile.
Well, he's from Jedi.
Yeah, but then when they redid the
The
CGI
new
stuff, yeah, when they put it on DVD.
But
and
I think
released it, they screwed
episode
up
4
Jabba.
came in on like the earliest home video releases or something. I know it wasn't in 77 in the theater. I don't think episode 4 was in there. Somebody's saying 79 was the first time it was called episode 4.
Okay,
So there's that.
I'm the luckiest person on earth for never seeing the episode 2 and 3. Yeah, see, that's what everybody says, which is why I just never really made it a priority to see them. And sometimes I think, yeah, maybe I should see them, and then I think everybody says they suck. Why? They made Rich dislike Star Wars.
Yeah, I think Star Wars made me dislike Star Wars because I came to realize the prequels is kind of what Star Wars is all about. Mumbo jumbo nonsense and force fuckery.
I think you didn't like the whole idea that it was like some kind of aristocratic blood bugs or something, and not like some kind of ephemeral
Well, that was an
thingy
annoying
in the universe.
That was an annoying change, but I tend to like my science fiction a bit harder.
Okay, more like The Martian,
Yeah, or
which I can't name drop enough. Because you know I love
relative
that
to Star
book.
Wars, even Star Trek is hard science.
Well,
Relatively speaking.
sure. Even the original, I suppose, although more so with the later iterations.
Alright, so you wanted to play this game.
This time it's Lupus, not this Karen bitch. I'm sorry, House.
So what is this game?
This is Dragon Fantasy, the Volumes of Westeria, which I think is not the one I've played before, but it's Dragon Warrior Final Fantasy kind of homage in pseudo 8-bit with probably pseudo MIDI music, and you're gonna play whatever non-copyright infringing version of Blue Slimes and stuff.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
He's not a big fan of the original. I mean, I'll admit there's a lot of grind, It's kind of game, you play some of the stuff where you gotta kill stuff over and over again while you're doing other things.
Mhm.
You can have a conversation while you're, killing more slime to build up hit points.
You want to start the game? See if you like it?
Sure. Let's see. Here's a controller. Start, new game. Ogden's Story. Oh, I think maybe this is a... It may be that this is actually a compendium of several Dragon Fantasy games. Looks like this might be the first one.
Oh.
Ogden the Bald here. He's like, he had his hair burned off by a dragon, so now he's bald. It's got a sense of humor. It's cute. I mean, I'm kind of nostalgic for Dragon Warrior. I got it for free with my subscription renewal to Nintendo Power. And it came with like maps and swag back in.
My beloved people of Wester,
1990.
today is a great day. Oh, this is the queen. This should be you.
Yeah. Today is a great day. Because, of course, the queen has to have, a more feminine voice than mine.
Go for a more Julia Childs aspect to it. I love people of Worcester. Today is a great day.
Marvelous! I have been your queen for some time, but it is time to pass the torch. And by torch, I mean crown. You see, today is our Prince Marlin's 25th birthday, and today we celebrate his manhood. Okay, that could be taken more than one way. Today we crown Marlin the new king of Wester. My son, you have still the woman, right? My son, you have stood before your people as a fine boy, but now, Prince Marlin, I crown thee. Uh-oh. Here come the baddies.
Uh-oh.
Holy Master, monsters, Ogden, save us! Where am I? Oh yeah, here I am.
Oh my god, you're the bald guy.
I'm the bald guy, yeah.
Fresh meat.
Biggs appears before you. Oh dear. I don't think I have any magic yet.
Oh no. I guess you're gonna have to select fight and then the most powerful attack, and then you're just gonna have to do that over and over again until he's dead.
No, I think he actually kicks my ass, if memory serves.
Oh, you've played this one?
Yeah. This is the one. I didn't realize. I think this is actually more than one game.
I don't think this is the classic Dragon Warrior games repackaged.
No, this isn't. I never said it was, but this is the one that I have played before.
So you've played, okay.
Because it had, I think it had a different type. The one that I had bought on Google Play was this one.
Mm-hmm.
But this had the title something Wisteria. And whereas what I bought on Google Play just said Dragon Fantasy.
Okay.
But it looks like Dragon Fantasy is part of a package here. The Chronicles of Wisteria appears to include more than one, thing here. Because this is exactly how it starts, so I'm pretty sure it's...
Okay.
They're actually giving you more than one game. For a very...
cheap price.
Very cheap price. Because I believe I paid $5 for just the first one. It looks like this one
Are you
probably
sure
has
this
more.
just doesn't have a more elaborate name than you thought, or this version might have a different name?
I think I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe. I don't know. But it looked like there were different. I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. And of course, this kind of game you can talk to people.
There's a different, somewhat similar game I've been playing with Jack called Undertale, where there's always a pacifist option, like where you can choose to fight them, but you can also choose to make friends.
Oh, this is completely unrelated, but you might be interested. Amazon Studios has a game that sounds kind of like Thief, where you can run around being stealthy. But it's for Android, so I'm not sure how stealthy you can be with your finger. Does that sound wrong? I just mean that the play controls are different without all the buttons and things.
So what you're saying is my finger can't be missed.
No, I just mean that the play controls tend to be less precise.
You're saying my finger isn't precise now?
No, I'm saying that the touch screens tend to be less precise than your computer keyboard is.
Okay.
I don't know. Karen's too pure for these jokes? Oh dear. So he can't stop screaming. What does she have to say? She can't stop screaming either. I suppose this guy can't stop screaming. Is that Captain America? Captain America, can you stop screaming? Apparently not. Hello, old fart. How about you? Can't stop screaming. And you? Can't stop screaming. I'm not going to bother with the other ones. Let me see. How do I get out of here? Can I get out of here? Are these people just in my way?
Probably not. Maybe.
I think I might be able to.
Nope.
I guess I can't get out of there. Alright, so I have to go back and get my ass kicked or something. Maybe talk to the queen or the schmuck. Hi, schmucks. Monsters! What are a bunch of stupid smelly monsters doing here?
Attacking you, dope.
Wahaha! Look at the filthy humans run.
Look at the filthy humans
Again?
run. I think it was a different one. There were two.
Oh, right. The other one had a different name. Although I don't remember what it was.
Stop the screaming, I'm going to be sick. Are we too loud? Let me know if we're too loud.
And which one of us? Is it both of us?
I cranked both our voices up a bit because I noticed in the last stream I did with Karen, we were both pretty quiet.
And I can be a bit of a mumbler, but obviously when I'm...
You're soft-spoken.
Okay.
I think it's me that kills them when I get loud. You know that. You know the power of my voice.
Okay, but you know, if this stream would be more enjoyable for all parties, and joking aside, if Huggy Snuggle says it's perfect, okay, it seems to be that the general consensus is that things are fine, except for Tear Both Eyes Out, who apparently wants to have his eardrums burst as well, who says that we should scream louder. The party earned 10 experience, and ooh, good, we won something. Monsters? Wait. Oh, here comes what's-his-face in his little portal. Scion of Wester.
Was the first one Biggs? I guess they were Biggs and Wedge.
Yeah.
Star Wars names.
Really?
Yep. Wedge is a X-Wing pilot. I guess so was Biggs. They were both X-Wing pilots. But Biggs was Luke's friend on Tatooine.
See, I told you there's a lot of, like, nerd references in this game.
Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This game's gonna be full of it, isn't it?
Of course.
So where's there an Anders?
I don't know. I never got around to playing through the whole game. I keep meaning to.
So we're competing with Awesome Games Done Quick today.
What's that?
It's the speed running marathon for charity.
Is that a game speedrunning, or is this running through a particular game? Or?
Different games, whole bunch of different games.
Okay. And this is currently streaming at the same time?
I'm sure it's on the main page of Twitch. But
okay.
Yes, that's going on this week. It just started today, actually.
So when you're listening to us, orphans are starving, or people are dying somewhere, or...
Well, I want to talk to Jack, see if we can take some pre-rec money and donate while the stream's going on.
Oh,
but I think they're doing, like, they're giving away to some kind of cancer charity thing.
Yeah, then we wouldn't solely be like, you know, makes it not zero sum or something. Such a pity you couldn't even manage to give me a scratch. I shudder to think what would happen to you where I come from. Best you just sit back and relax. Prince Marlin, let us take her.
I would want to say things donated today will give to the charity that they're doing, but I should really talk to Jack about that first.
Yeah.
You know? Hopefully Jack's back before it's over, because I would like to do that. Like everything we get today will go to ADGQ. But I'm not doing that without Jack.
Yeah, it's a... And if for some reason Jack isn't amenable to that, I'm sure you could work out something where you benefit them in some fashion. Pretty beat up. I should really try to rest here before I go anywhere. Oh, he says the same thing.
Just donate directly to the charity. Don't go through AGDQ. There are threads about how the money is spent. I could link. I would like to see a link, but I'm probably going to miss it now if you link it now, but interesting. Jack isn't my second wife, but he is my business partner, and I can't just go willy-nilly throwing away our money.
Yeah. You would be, although Jack is certainly a generous fellow and on board with good causes and such you don't do things in his name without asking him. And this would be half in his name. Alright, am I rested? Can I throw myself in the fire? Ouch. Yeah, that's a start. Can I read a book? Book and discovers it to be quite boring.
Ogden places up a book and discovers it to be quite boring.
Well, I guess he's not much of a reader. What's in here, booze?
Ogden digs around in the wardrobe but doesn't find anything he'd look particularly good in.
I don't think he'd look good in anything. Looks like he's Exactly.
Bald? Do you have something against balding men?
No, he's exactly as tall as he is wide, and his fists are bizarrely oversized, and his legs are too small.
That's every character in this game.
Yeah, I know. Alright, I guess by with stereo standards, he's normal looking. Hi, dude. You look pretty beat up. I tell you what, against my better judgment, whoops, didn't hit that again. No hogging all the covers. There's a spare bed. Hopefully there are no, like, fleas or bed bugs. Isn't this the Middle Ages? Wow, you're finally up. I thought you were gonna sleep all day.
Introduce my co-host? Doesn't everybody know Karen by now?
Da-da-da! No, we're not married yet.
Karen is my lady love.
Karen is the fiance.
I put a ring on her finger.
Yep. Now I got that song stuck in my head.
How much do you regret it?
Do I regret it? You know, we've been together for a long time.
I know.
Very long time. I really can't imagine us not being together.
Karen's damn near a regular at this point.
I think, was this the third or fourth time? No.
Fourth or fifth, I think.
Well, yeah, there was a time I logged in from my house via Skype.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the time we were playing the drug game, Dr. Mario.
The drug game.
the pill rotation game. Yeah. Dr. Mario, and then we were playing there was the time that Jack was here and we were playing
Monster Party?
Monster Party and Dino Ricky, and then last time I was here, what were we playing?
A bunch of different things. That burning game.
Oh, right. Little Inferno fireplace game. Okay.
I'm just going to assume Karen hasn't seen the trailer for Monkey Up.
I have no idea what Monkey Up is at all. Is that like Man Up except for monkeys?
Don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't even heard of it.
Is that like banana flavored 7-Up? That
Karen-
sounds awful.
Karen, they want to know when the next Plinkett review is.
I have no idea. How would I know? Should I say that?
Tomorrow. Say it louder.
Tomorrow! The next Plinkett review is tomorrow!
There you go.
That the fuck?
Rich, you're killing my speakers. Well, fortunately, your speakers have a knob. And you can turn this knob so that my voice doesn't kill your speakers.
Or maybe they wouldn't be able to hear me, so maybe I should start screaming too! Maybe I should put my microphone in my face!
I'll move my mic away a bit. That should help. Now, see, other people say I sound fine. I'm going to move it to a medium distance from my mouth.
And you know, different people have different sound systems, different settings, different tolerances for... I mean, I'm the one who wears earplugs to the movie theater because I don't like all the
I know.
oversized. I mean, I know people love the, booming movie theater speaker experience. It's like an explosion right there in the room with you. Me, not so much. Ooh, buy stuff. Can I buy stuff? Hello, sir. Need to stab something? I got some great stabbing tools here.
We're audio opposites.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm loud and deaf, and you're quiet and super sensitive to any noise.
Yeah.
No matter how... Can a noise be microscopic? I guess not. Ultrasonic?
Ultrasonic would be like, I think, involving the frequency.
Okay.
You'd be ultrasonic. I'm not ultrasonic.
Karen can hear ultrasonic noise. There, I've said it.
And I can see through walls.
You can?
No. But I can't probably hear at ultrasonic frequencies either. But I don't think ultrasound has to do with volume. It has to do with...
Rich is like
the rate of
4%
vibration.
louder than Karen. I'm always at least 4% louder than Karen, usually more.
But whose volume would it be good to increase? Would we decrease his? Increase ours? Yeah, we are a good pairing in many ways. The fact that our relative volume levels is not one of them. But we're able to... I mean, if we had everything in common, it would be like marrying myself. And that would be weird. Alright, how do I get out of here?
I don't know.
How do I stop shopping?
Hit buttons.
I am.
Well, hit-
He's telling me I don't have enough money.
Try this. Where's it? Let me see. There you go. There you go.
Oh. Hello, dude. Anything to say?
Oh my god!
There's been tougher monsters out there than usual. You should make sure to equip some decent weapons and armor if you head outside. I believe I'm wearing a stick. Welcome to the village of Derwent. West of here is a cave that leads to the Northlands, but it's too dark to see your way through it without a light.
Mods, I see your messages saying the audio's fine. I'm not fucking with it. We're good.
You know, books are a great source of knowledge. Many bookshelves in this town and others have good info for adventurers like you. But he decided books were boring. Oh look, the inn's got little Z's on it. And a heart on the door.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Alright, I think I already talked to that schmuck. Ooh, a girl! Hey mister, you look like the adventuring type. Little piece of advice for you. You can save your game at the church. Aw, you can get saved at the church.
Oh dear.
And then if you get beat by monsters, the master will grant you another chance. Even better, you'll still have all the treasure and experience you gained while in the field.
So if I played this game, I would have to do a no-save run, naturally.
I guess.
Because I can't get saved in a church.
But you will lose half your gold. Apparently the church likes to extract
Well, that's just
a certain amount of
church.
money. Yeah. Is this the church? Captain America? Welcome, my son. All who walk the path of the master are welcome here. Oh, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, let's save the data. Can I read his books? Ogden finds a striking tome with gilded pages.
Is there an update on the Space Cop release? I can only assume soon. I am sure I will get a very prominent all caps text the minute we get the DVDs in or the Blu-rays in.
Yes, it will not be a secret.
Yeah, it's not going to be a secret.
Ogden gets a sinking feeling in his stomach from reading the apocalyptically cheerful text. What about over here? A bright, shiny pamphlet. Buttons make everything better. The new Porco Dreampad has 4 face buttons, 2 shoulder triggers, and dual analog sticks. Provides tactical response superior to touch-only devices in every way. Place your order for Porco's Dreampad today.
Dear.
Ogden looks very confused and wonders what sort of voodoo this strange pamphlet refers to. Is this the guy that I talked to before in the shop? No, he's just got a counter. Is that the one? I don't think that. Maybe it was. Dave, no, I don't want to shop. Not shopping. Not shopping. And what's in here? It's not the inn because it doesn't have the sleepy sign. Well, good day, adventurer. Come on in and check out my latest gear. Oh, here's where I get my... Oh, certainly could take a hat.
Rich sounds funny tonight. Oh, thank you. I try to entertain.
Oh,
Hey-o! Where's my rim shot? Where's my portable rim shot? Damn it. Oh, God. It's too late, but I don't care. There.
Alright, let me talk to this old whoopsies dude. Kind of looks like Harrison Ford. Mark Hamill's beard.
Harrison Ford's an old man now.
Yeah.
Old man. All of our childhood icons are falling apart.
Well, they weren't exactly children then.
No. Well, Harrison Ford was like 30-something. I forgot exactly how old. Somewhere between 33 and 38 when they made the first. I don't think it was 38. Right? 33? I think it was 33?
I think he was probably, like 40 by the time they made the third one.
Not sure. Someone's saying 32.
When they made the first one?
I can only assume.
Someone thinks he has Alzheimer's? Well, not that I've heard. I hope not. It's certainly not a pleasant thing to get. I've not heard anything like that.
Who said this? When did this come out?
Oh, one of the people here. It's probably just hearsay. As far as I know, there's no announcement about that. I mean, sure, anybody could get it, but...
They don't necessarily broadcast these things.
Yeah. Was I here before? This
Like
is the end?
you heard about Charlie Sheen, right?
Oh, that he's got HIV?
Yeah, he's had it for a little while.
Yeah, well, that's...
Wasn't public about it till, a couple weeks ago.
Well, the problem is it sounds like he wasn't... He may not have been open about it with his sexual partners. Which, if that's true, is certainly disturbing. See a rock monster. Now, tell me this isn't a blue slime reincarnated. Painted silver.
It's not a blue slime reincarnated. It has eyes. Slimes don't have
had
eyes. No, they don't.
Yeah, they did. They had eyes and a smile. They look like grinning Hershey's Kisses.
I'll have to take your word for it.
If memory serves me.
I thought they were eyeless, but I don't know.
Well, no, not AIDS. I think Charlie has HIV, which is, a chronic disease like diabetes now. Most people can live many years with it now. There are treatments.
Mr. Scheismel is saying when A New Hope was made, he was 35.
Is that the first one?
Yeah.
When they start calling him by these different weird names, I just get confused. Ogden valiantly attacks Mr. Rock Monster. There's a Miss Rock Monster, too, by the way. Mr. Rock Monster is hit for 7 damage. He takes out his marital troubles on Ogden.
Oh, dear.
Ogden is hit for 4 damage. I don't think I have any. Oh, I do have some damage. Or magic. I got 10 magic. What happens if I
Karen's
use my
got
magic?
the damage.
Oh, I don't have any, spells. So I guess I have to fight him. Fight him and run away. Oh, good. I got Mr. Rock Monster out of the way. Mr. Rock Monster turned into dust. 10 experience and 1 gold piece. Alright, where's the... Let me see if I can make it back to the anything, which I probably can't. Shit. Probably gonna die. There's Mrs. Rock Monster. She rolls up looking quite angry. You'd think she'd be happy. They sound like they're such an unhappy couple. Mrs. Rock Monster. Ogden valiantly attacks Mrs. Rock Monster. Mrs. Rock Monster is hit for 6 damage. Mrs. Rock Monster screams about the dishes. Ogden is hit for 6 damage. I think I can still fight. Mrs. Rock Monster. Ogden valiantly attacks her again. And she's hit for 7 damage. She cries in her Chardonnay. She completely misses. Mrs. Rock Monster, beat up. Ogden valiantly attacks Mrs. Rock Monster. Mrs. Rock Monster is hit for 6 damage. She's turned into dust. The party earned 15 experience and 2 gold pieces. This is so reminiscent of the old days.
All the grinding.
Rich was never a big fan of those.
All the grinding.
Now, how much does it cost to sleep in this shack anyway, or is this one free? Hello, fair traveler. You want a room? It's on the house. Oh yeah, cool. Tourism board. Rooms are 0 gold. Well, hell yeah.
As far as our thoughts on Carrie Fisher in the Half in the Bag review, what you didn't see edited out was me instantly saying, "We're just kidding. We love Carrie Fisher here." That got cut out, but I said that immediately after the Carrie Fisher is old jokes.
I liked that they used a woman who was not. I mean, yeah, they made that one really young woman their main character, but it was nice to see them using her and not trying to sexify her or something. She was in a position of authority. She was a general.
Mm-hmm.
And Carrie Fisher, she looks like she's
Here's
grandmother age, but she looks like a perfectly nice, well-kept grandmother,
Here's the only quote
They all get
problem.
older.
Here's the only quote problem I have with their age, and it's not really the problem. Isn't really with their age. It's the fact that it's been 40 years, and both those characters, actually all 3, even Han, Chewie, and Leia, they're all doing the exact same shit they were doing 40 years ago. It's like nothing at all has changed in their lives since then, and that feels very wrong to me.
Well, Han wasn't the most mature being, even for his age then.
But that was his character arc in the originals, though, was him finding that responsibility.
Okay. And he's still acting like he's 15 in this one. And Carrie's moved on.
And
She's a general. She's got some responsibilities.
Like she
Sounds
was
they
in
might
the
have had a divorce or
like she was in
something,
the Empire Strikes Back, doing the exact same thing she was doing.
All right. And Mark Hamill is doing the same thing he was doing.
That's the weird thing about their age. It makes it just kind of sad almost that nothing has changed for these people. What are you doing? You just walking around?
Yes,
Are
and
you
building
grinding?
up hit points.
You're grinding.
You want me to try to go somewhere and die?
That's the problem with these games, isn't it? Isn't it?
Alright, I'll try to go somewhere and die. I'll get
no,
transported
no,
back. It's
you
fine.
you grind. You grind. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, I thought we were talking about Star Wars.
We are.
I wanna wait until I at least level up or get a spell before I leave the area.
The one rebellion leader from Return of the Jedi was a grandma too. One assumes she wasn't a rebellion leader 40 years before then, though. I'm saying my only problem with their age is the fact that they're doing the exact same. They're in the exact same place in life. Nothing has changed for them. It's weird.
She's a general.
She was a general in Empire. She was a rebellion leadership.
Okay. Well, what do you think it would be appropriate for her to be doing instead?
I don't know. That's up to the writer. That's up to the writer to figure out.
So you want her to be doing something else, but you have no idea what that something else might be.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I just said it's weird. I didn't say it ruined the movie for me.
Somebody was saying that there's going to be another one?
Now, somebody's saying, and I've heard other people say this, nah, both of them returning to a place they feel comfortable with makes sense after the bit with spoiler. And my rebuttal is that feels like an excuse to get both of these characters in the same spot the audience remembers them being at.
Well, this whole movie is like baby
reasons.
boomer nostalgia.
Yeah. Rich, why do you hate Joy? I like the movie! Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
But I hate Joy in Inside Out. She's obnoxious.
Really?
She's just too damn chipper. I identify much more with pretty much all of the other characters. I have an Android-based little, shoot at the little blocks kind of game, and I always play whatever I can as Depression, because she's unlocked right now, and Joy just drives me nuts. There's nothing we can't conquer with Happy! Wow, this game is a lot more forgiving than the original. The original, it was seemed like right off the bat I would get my ass kicked by blue slime 6 times before I had enough points to do anything.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'll go grab that in a minute. When I get around to it, dude. Ah. Get out of the road, rock monster. Rock lobster! Oh, rock monster.
I'm honestly shocked how many apologists for the prequels there are. I'm not.
Well, some people, that's what they grew up with. They grew up with those movies coming out during their whole childhood. We didn't,
Sure.
but some people did.
But Star Wars fans have always been rabid and completely unable to criticize Star Wars. The hardcore Star Wars fans. I'm not going to say all Star Wars fans.
I mean, you remember George and Thelma or whatever, and their love of Full House.
Oh. They're just weird. They're just weird people.
They were nostalgic for Full House because that's what they grew up with, and all the Pokemon nostalgia, which we don't understand, but you know,
there's so
we
much
didn't.
Everyone loves Pokemon, but
Yeah, we were probably
we
old
streamed,
enough to vote when Pokemon came out, or close to it.
We streamed Pokemon one night because Jack likes Pokemon. I made fun of it all night.
How old is Jack?
He's too old to like Pokemon.
But is he old enough that he was young enough to reasonably like Pokemon and it not be silly when it came out, or when it was still popular?
He's a few years younger than me.
I mean, we had to have been at least in high school when that stuff came out, possibly
I think
after.
I think after.
Yeah. Alright, when I get a few more creatures killed, I'm going into that cave, because clearly these are not difficult enemies.
Do as you will.
I don't know if they've done any damage to me yet. What the hell? Into the cave. Miss Rock Monster. She's hit for 9 damage. She's asked if I'll get something or other. Oh, she actually did something to me. Go figure.
Actually, Jack's Pokemon stories, supposedly well, not supposedly, he worked at a GameStop a while back.
This is criticism of TFA. TFA.
The Force Awakens. That's
Okay.
the new Star Wars.
So Jack worked at a GameStop?
Yeah, and apparently, had nothing to do when it was slow but play Pokemon. Because they had that on like, a big screen or something like that. He was just playing Pokemon all day. That's how he loved Pokemon.
Okay.
Packers are losing. Good! Fuck them!
It seemed like a horrible place to work. Remember, was it you telling me, or was I there when the people, I mean, I can understand theft and all that, but the people, it's like, it's the end of your shift, time to get frisked?
I didn't hear about that. Somebody got frisked at a...
Yeah, it was a GameStop. I was at GameStop with somebody, or I forget exactly, but it was basically at one of the GameStops. They were, patting people down before they could leave at the end of their shift. Which, I mean, I've worked some jobs where there were things about my job that I found demeaning, being criticized for not smiling enough or shit like that, but nobody was ever feeling me up or patting me down or something before I could leave work. Even though there was, stuff to steal, sure. Resale establishments, but nobody ever...
That's when you go on break, like an hour or two before your shift ends.
That's when you form a
You go
union.
out back to have a smoke, and then you just kind of like shake your pant leg, and then all of the games, fall out behind the dumpster.
Yeah.
And then you go back to work, and then before you leave, and they frisk you, you have nothing on you, and you just go around the back and collect everything from the dumpster.
Well, it's like our where I worked, they were locking
I have never
the
done
dumpster,
that.
and it was ridiculous because the dumpster was like attached to the building. There was like no way you could get stuff outside.
What was that book you were reading called? That guy who worked at the grocery store did that, like fish.
Oh,
Steal this? Was that Steal This Book?
No, it wasn't Steal This Book. It was I think it was called Working Stiff's Manifesto, and it was about all this guy's crappy jobs. He was working at a fish counter. He was working on a processing fish processing boat in Alaska. He was working as a bartender, and all of his jobs were terrible. And they were just written. I think it's Ian something, Ian whatever is his name, and it's called Working Stiff's Manifesto. And
Do you want me to grind while you look it up?
yeah, it's
Okay, I
a
can
fun
grind.
book. It really is. It's a little bit reminiscent in some ways of Barbara Ehrenreich's Nickel and Dimed on not getting along in America, but it's got much more of a sense of humor. I mean, it's also good as far as like books about work is that waiter rant. The guy who worked as a waiter, and he wrote about. Whoops, I didn't mean to launch Plants vs. Zombies. I wanted to do the. Oh well, I'll just. Excuse me. I need to get Silk browser going. Let's see now. Working Stiffs. Yeah, I read that book, parts of that, because I like to read, and I like to share stuff with Rich, and I'll read excerpts from stuff aloud to him. I read a good chunk of The Martian, too. I never finished it. Have you seen The Martian?
No, I'm waiting for you to
All right,
finish
I
up
need
the
to
book
finish
with you.
reading the last couple chapters of The Martian to Rich before he can see the movie.
Ooh, we got attacked by a bat. We lost health.
And by the way, you need to see. Yeah, Fight Club is kind of about people with shitty jobs, but this is I'm sure, it's been embellished a little, but it's a memoir kind of thing. And it's very entertaining. And the gentleman's name is Levison. Levison. Ian Iaiin Levison. Working Stiff's Manifesto. A memoir of 30 jobs I quit, 9 that fired me, and 3 I can't remember. I don't know that it necessarily details 30 jobs, but it has a lot of interesting little little things in it. It's just waiter rant, but waiter rant, he's just a waiter. Or a maitre d' or whatever, the whole time. He's working in restaurants. Whereas in Working Stiff's manifesto, he's working a bunch of jobs, each of which is horrible in its own way.
So what was the waiter one called?
Waiter Rant.
Waiter
R-A-N-T.
Okay.
By... Let me look it up because I'm never good at remembering people's names. Steve,
Where do I go to heal you?
Dublinaka, I guess. D-U-B-L-A-N-I-C-A. Where do you go to heal me? You go back to the village and you go to the little inn place.
Okay.
The village is the higher one. Yeah. You go to the one with the little Z's on the door.
Okay.
Or in front of the door. And then you talk to this dude and he tells you it's going to cost you nothing. Courtesy of the tourism board, because who wants to go to a town that's overrun by monsters? And then you sleep less than 40 winks and you're instantly restored.
All right.
I'm gonna actually go pee.
Okay.
I'll be back.
You go do that.
Hey, that one, go back. for a
What?
sec. That one woman, she looks like, look at the one on the right. She looks like Princess Leia. She's got like the head buns. See her? Not her, the other one. Not the one with the green shirt, that one.
I don't think it's a girl. I think it's just a guy with
Bad hair?
yeah. Spiked hair.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
I thought it was like Princess Leia bones. Well, we don't have... Oh, well, how much money you got now?
I don't... What button do I hit for that? 48G.
Okay, yeah, that's not enough to buy anything better. I think we're stuck with a stick for the moment.
What's better cost?
Upwards of 50.
Oh
I
my
don't remember. Maybe upwards of 100.
Oh, well, you go do your business.
Okay.
I'm just hitting the A button and walking around. It's very exciting gameplay. I'm really just hitting the A button. Karen.
You're fighting a bat.
Yep.
Does he have anything witty to say? It's one of those bats with a weird nose. Vampire bat.
He makes an annoying squeak.
Yeah, that's not especially...
And he completely misses. Oh, I completely missed. Oh, no. Rich and Karen are grinding. Really, it's just Karen grinding. I agreed to grind for her so she could look something up on her tablet, and now so she can take a break to go to the restroom. I want no part of this. I am a prisoner to this game. Oh, almost got back on that incident. Almost. What did you miss of the story so far? I haven't paid any attention. I'll ask Karen to recap. Why am I so sleepy? Because today was essentially my Christmas. For anyone who showed up a little bit late, this stream was put together at the last minute because today my father and sister came over and Karen was over and we had dinner and we saw The Force Awakens and saw my family. That was my Christmas. It's just been, it's been a long day. How did we pick the Wikipedia article to read? Because when we were doing the earlier clickbait video, we were doing the fake interview with J.J. Abrams, where we're trying to come up with questions to ask him, and I thought, Why don't we ask him something like, you know, really nerdy? Is how about is Kylo Ren's face made out of Cortosan? And I knew that because it was mentioned in Jedi Knight 2, the video game. It was like, I remember the stormtroopers had like Cortosan armor. And everyone was like, what the fuck is Cortosan? I said, I think it's like a lightsaber resistant thing. And we had to look it up. And then that got us to Darth Vader's armor. It's like, well, wouldn't Darth Vader's armor be made out of that? And that's how we got to the Wikipedia article on Darth Vader's suit. Because we were reading that to find out about the Cortosan and just laughing at some of the dumb shit in there. And I was like, well, why don't we make a video out of this too? That's how that happened.
Richard, there's something you'd rather play. Go ahead.
No,
You asked me if there's anything that I'd play.
Karen, it's part of my shtick, making fun of RPGs.
But I am gaming.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. We'll play this till you're bored, till you're done.
You can play
Here.
Plants vs. Zombies, or you can take a look at see what Steam has to offer. Rock Monster! They should make the... Well, I guess they probably have to license the music, but they should play a couple of notes from Rock Lobster. Rock Lobster! Rock Monster!
He would need lobster claws.
Maybe. You won't go in there.
Is this a ripoff of Zelda? Yeah, yes, it's exactly like Zelda and not at all like Dragon Warrior.
The title of this part of it, or the original title of it, or the title I knew it by, was Dragon Fantasy, if that gives you any idea of what games it's ripping off.
Well, this game is called Dragon Fantasy.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And I think some people call it... I think Dragon Warrior is the same thing as Dragon Quest. Because in Japanese it's Dragon Quest. I could be wrong.
Although there were a couple of games in that vein available for the NES.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 Dragon Warriors. I played all 4. It's just the case.
Rich, I must ask, do you enjoy any aspect of JRPGs? I enjoy exploring the towns. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy the exploration when it's at least when it's not constantly interrupted by tedious random battles. Now, I talk about Kylo Ren, but I'm trying to avoid spoilers still. Or did you ever play Empire at War? It was the Star Wars RTS game that came out about 8 years or so ago. No, because I tend to avoid RTSs. I did play... Oh, what was it?
RTS?
A real-time strategy.
Okay.
I did play Rebellion, the mostly turn-based one. It was kind of like Star Wars crossed with Master of Orion. And that was somewhat enjoyable. A little bit tedious and micromanagey, but
This looks like Wolfenstein.
most of those games fall into that problem. Ultima Underworld, I think, is that look? Which I believe actually came out before Wolfenstein, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid Star Wars spoilers because it's still only been out like a week and a half. I know. I'm sure everybody here has probably seen it, but just in case, I'm avoiding it.
You know, like for instance, we just Rich had seen it before, but I just saw it today because I had been waiting to see it with Rich up here, so some other people might be waiting to see it at some particular time with some particular someone.
Rich, which is better, Jedi Outcast or Jedi Academy? Outcast all around. Academy has a lame main character. You fight lamer things.
Which was the one that you
Lamer's story?
that you were totally into? TIE Fighter or something?
TIE Fighter.
X-Fighter? Or,
TIE Fighter.
For what, like
Yeah. X-Wing Alliance.
486 or
X-Wing
something?
Alliance isn't bad either. But
486
TIE Fighter.
or something?
Something like that, yeah. Originally it came on like floppies. The hard floppies, not the soft floppy.
Yeah.
It wasn't that old.
Oh god, we're ancient. I do remember them. I don't remember the giant LP-sized ones, though. I mean, I've seen them, but I've never used one.
And please stop talking Star Wars. I think that's the first time a Red Letter Media fan has ever asked one of us to stop talking about Star Wars. I'm a little bit flabbergasted right now.
You had a Win95 machine? Sounds about right. Well, Win95 was almost like a DOS shell. Even in Windows 98, you could just quit out of Windows anytime you felt like it. I kind of miss that.
Rich, you ever played the original Battlefront games? Nope, no interest at all. Both universe and style of games. Universe, yes, I'm okay with the Star Wars universe, but multiplayer-focused shooter with no story elements, relatively low health, die a lot, yeah, fuck that.
Different people.